they're excited about it because the multiples now are you can't find another business like that. And what's interesting about our business right now is that, kind of like you were saying, this has been like a stable business forever, slow to change, not just in technological development, but they tend to be slow to grow, and growth has been slow. But as opposed to maybe like a restaurant could get super popular and hit gold for a while, and it'll have its run, but then eventually that's going to fizzle out. What's unique about right now, and what's interesting about this merger, this acquisition between PayRange and Turns right now, is there kind of is a little bit of a gold rush happening right now in our industry, which hasn't happened ever, maybe, with the pickup and delivery and the drop-off service, where there's a lot of we're scratching the surface right now. There's a lot of business to be had and to be won right now. And I think the owners that jump in, start utilizing this new technology, to build these businesses along with their sort of savvy business practices, right, are going to build a really solid foundation there and are really going to be able to capitalize as this thing. I mean, we're seeing growth like this, and at some point here, I think it's going to hockey stick on us. And the people who were set up well are going to do really well when it really hockey sticks.
I genuinely feel this is gonna go exactly like dry cleaners. I think dry cleaners, what you would see is that there are fewer number of people owning a lot of stores and making a lot of money and being a full service business. Like, I understand there is a passivity to laundromats, and there are always gonna be passive operators. But those passive operators are going to eat or probably sell on the highest multiples. And anybody who's buying at that multiple, dude, has to be modern. You cannot buy a passive laundromat and stay passive, because then you lose money. And as I said, once it rolls down, it will roll down. It will roll down even faster probably. So the idea is that if you buy a laundromat, you have to be set up with the way that the next guy who's going to buy is going to be the guy who's paying the maximum for it. And there, as you mentioned, in restaurants, the best business for a restaurant is at the start of the restaurant. That's when they make the most amount of money. Usually, after 3 years, a restaurant sales has fallen down because people who have tasted it, there is no novelty factor. There are few people. A laundromat should be at its peak and the third year, because now more people know of it. Now more people have chosen the service. Now more people want to avail further. So this is a business which will always go in this direction. There is never this direction. If this goes in this direction, this is death. It's very hard to replace this direction. So a laundromat is always going to keep growing at a slower pace.